I'm just doing a quick video today to cover some use case which I had in Azure recently. It's a simple use case. Things have moved on since this concept of UDR, user-defined routes, was in Azure. Um, these are this was probably the first way of routing, traffic flow from the workloads in the Azure infrastructure via the next-gen firewall. Your Azure firewall or third-party MDAs. In this case, I've used FortiGate. So UDR was one of the concept of routing mechanisms in Azure infrastructure. We have two more components, Azure Route Server and Azure vWAN since then, which has evolved in Microsoft. But for this video, I'll cover just the UDRs and hub and spoke type of topology with the peering between two VNets. One is a hub VNet, one is a spoke VNet. And then probably I'll try to do two more videos. Let's say the series, the UDR, so the series of the Azure routing. So first probably we'll do UDR and then probably Azure Route Server in the future and maybe Azure vWAN. Anyway, quickly, just to give you an idea, so this is the simple topology I have. I got one network already in place. I got a firewall, which has a Windows workload. I'll pair that to a network 2, which I'll create one now, and then probably install a Windows workload or Ubuntu Linux. And then the idea is workloads or the infrastructure in the second VNet, spoke VNet, will try to utilize the next-gen firewall functionalities in the first network. So the way it works is the concept of UDR is whatever, whichever workload we use, we say the next hop IP or the gateway of this is the internal IP of the FortiGate firewall or the next-gen firewall. So what we are trying to do is we are manually saying to these workloads that to go to the internet, which is 000/0, use FortiGate as the next hop IP. Now, if you see, firewall is in this VNet and workload is in this VNet. We do the peering between these two, which allows us to, sort of stretch the network across two networks. This Windows workload in network 1 and Windows workload in network 2, by default, once the peering is established, they'll be able to talk to each other. But again, we can do next level of east-west traffic segmentation by saying that anything going between these two can also go via the FortiGate firewall. But in this case, we'll only test anything going out to the internet. We'll utilize the next hop IP of the FortiGate. All right, let's get into it. Some of the steps, you got first VNet, second VNet. You deploy your workloads to the peering and then configure some routing in the firewall. All right, so I already have this VNet. I have the FortiGate firewall and the Windows installed in this. We'll do the second VNet in this video. Let's get started. Okay, so I already have one resource group. In that resource group, I have a few VMs running, but focus for today is core FortiGate and this management VM to access this core FortiGate. Let's check the config on this core FortiGate. So that's the IP. I'm running version 7.4.3. All right, okay. Oops. Okay, so in this FortiGate firewall, here, so I got two policies. So this is inbound policy, which is where I'm saying anything coming in from outside of this LAN network, I've created a VIP to reach to that workload. So if I quickly go to the topology here, what I'm saying is when you go into this Windows workload, how do I access it? You gotta create a div in the FortiGate, which is this one. I'm saying anything coming into the port 1, which is this IP of the FortiGate, that's the netted IP on the port 1 WAN port. The port forwarded to backend of Windows. And if I show you my Windows machine, that's the IP 17.470. So I'm saying anything coming on the WAN port forwarded to the Windows. And just to show you how it will look, when we try to do remote, come in 20, 198.168.3, I'll be able to access the Windows machine. Come on. Right, there we go. Alright, so that's the unit 1 with the Windows workload and the FortiGate running. Just to show you, command prompt, oops, there we go, 7470. Alright, now we quickly install, we quickly create a new network VNet 2. So, we go to our marketplace, so virtual network, create. Just need to ensure that we are in the right resource group. For unit 2, please, next, that's the network, and good. Okay, now we'll go and probably install Windows VM as well into that VNet. Let's go into the marketplace again, create look for Windows 10, maybe, yeah. Let's do this, create, just need to make sure that you get the right resource group. So, and you into 10 VNet 2, Southeast, blah, 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 blah. That's right. There's the system username. Okay. That's not matching. There we go. I'll be allowed. I confirm. Next. Next. We just need to ensure that we are in the right network. VNet 2. And that's the network we created in VNet 2. Let's just default. Next. And secure. Alright, so now once networks are established, what we got to do is establish the VNet peering between these two. So if you look at this, peering the VNets. Now for that, we go VNet peerings, and let us name this hub spoke. By hub I mean VNet 1 and spoke is VNet 2. Allow link name is HTTPS, and virtual network is VNet 2. Mm, okay, it might take a minute or two. Now, while it's happening, now there are two ways to access this workload. One is we go to this Windows workload in network one and then RDP into the second workload. These two networks can talk to each other because they are paired. Option two is we create a second WIP for the workload and this network too. And second WIP is creating a new public IP, tying up to the secondary IP on the FortiGate, and then using that in the policies and so on. And then we'll quickly create some policy on the firewall to show you, and, and some routing as well to show you that everything going out from this Windows is using Nextop IP as the NVA. Alright, there's a COVID. Okay, let's just refresh it to see if the peering is established. Alright, looks good. So it's connected. And I'll go back quickly to the resource code and we look at the Windows machine that's installed by type and Windows is not installed yet. That's fine. Did we miss it? Mm-hmm. How did this look create? As a note. That's interesting. Okay, we will go create a new instance. I thought I definitely did create. Okay, let's try to quickly create new Windows. Windows 10, create. Oh man. Okay. Management 10, bring it to time. This is okay. This is wrong. Check this. Next. Next. So networking is the main. We're going to ensure that it got the right network unit 2, which is fine. This is default. What I missed last time? We will create and create. Okay. Okay. While it's doing that, let's go create core FortiGate. We'll create a new public IP. Here. And we look at the IP configuration. Okay, good. I already have the second public IP. Okay, we'll use that. So what I did is basically, if I can delete it just to show you. Yeah, we can delete that. Okay, so then we'll go and say add IP config to dynamic, obviously dynamic, SSH public IP, create new, so call FTP pick to basic standard. Okay, then add. So now we'll use the second public IP to access the workload in the network too by creating a bit. Let's just refresh it. Oh, good. Okay, so we got this IP, and that's the secondary IP on the FortiGate we need to grab. So we go to FortiGate, network interfaces, port 1, and this is where you assign the secondary IP. 17.45, 17.45, and that's the associated public IP. Uh, we create a new group like this. To 17.45.10.0.0.4 is the IP of the Windows, I guess. The reason I already have it here is I created it for my previous testing. I'm hoping it's the same IP. Let's just check. Okay, so we go back to the resource group. I hope the Windows is installed this time. Alright, good, better. Alright. 10.0.0.4. Okay, good. So see, this is what I'm doing. So we got an external IP, port forwarding it to this 08338.9, and we make sure we got that in the policy inbound, and that's the destination. Looks okay. Let's give it a try. So I'll close this remote, and now we'll try to do a remote desktop. RE into, now this is where, see, I'm using the second, oops, that's the second IP we created for the core FortiGate, and doing 3389. Oh, internal error. About was that the IP? Core 48 network. Is the IP. What's going on? Okay, this is better. Alright, this. Okay, this looks good. So it might take a couple of minutes. It's like, setting up a new Windows. So I'll update on the screen. Okay, while it's doing that, next step is we go into the resource group. We create a new route table. Um, route table, new, making sure the right resource group, right region, name. Okay, so core VNet 2 RT01 propagate route. Next, okay, create. Now we'll associate this route table to the subnet of this Windows workload. So go to the resource and we say subnet associate, pick up our network 2 default, that's the subnet where the Windows is, and associate, and then we'll go add a couple of routes. So now it's associated, that's the network. Where's the route? Routes, add route. Route name is internet. Destination is 0 next hop is virtual appliance. This is the key, and IP is, what is the IP? And correct, 172.17.468. That's the next hop IP. So what we are saying is anything going out to the internet from that Windows go via the FortiGate. That's how you steer the traffic towards FortiGate. Okay, so now if we go into research group. Okay, alright, so see this is set up